See, in balance, there are three topics in balance itself. One is about the one which you are talking now here, in a balanced approach, not going towards extremes. As counselors or leaders, you are all guiding. So, extremes in guiding people. We can go for certain extremes. That means sometimes we can take a very you want your counselors to be very serious in spiritual life. You guide. It's called as you may give a jackpot no sponge solution. We call it jackpot no sponge solution, which means sometimes it will boomerang back. Like I will give examples. I have a skits also for that. So that is about the balancing in guidance. But the another aspect of balancing is your material duties versus spiritual duties. Correct now? You have your profession, and you have your family, and you have your spiritual life, and sometimes there's a tug of war. Which one should be put first? You don't know. It is just things are pulling you in different directions. You are unable to prioritize. That is another topic in the balanced approach. And also the balance also means janma sarthaka kori kara. Sometimes we take in more, but we are not going out and doing much preaching. We become like bhajananandis. Other times we are giving out more, but not sufficiently taking in. So that is also something which requires balanced approach. Correct, no? Yeah. So in this way, balance in our sadhana, balance in our swadhyay. So balance in our sadhana means actually we should do sadhana in such a way that we don't just become only bhajananandis. We are all goshtyanandis, which means we are a preaching movement. So balance is required in many things like that. So we will discuss a little bit today, and then we will discuss in detail next time. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Praja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Praja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. कलिंग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन की, श्री श्री गौर निताई की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की, समावेत गौर भक्त वृंद की। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे, निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So I will speak on a topic, it's a very vital topic for devotees. How to be affectionate and not be attached. How to be but not be attached. So this topic is very important. Kunti Maharani brings up this topic. I also made a PowerPoint. Just 1 minute. Because this topic is directly connected to balance also. Is coming? Okay. How to be affectionate and not attached. How to be detached but not ours. Please read it, one of you. This is Kunti Maharani's, famous verse. All of you can repeat that. Atha Vishvesha Vishwatman Vishwamurte Svakeshu me Sneha Pasham imam chindhi Dridham Pandushu Vrishnishu. Here she is telling, oh Lord of the universe, Atha Vishvesha, Vishwatman, oh soul of the universe. She's saying, and then she's saying, Vishwamurte Sakeshu me. Yourself, this universe, you have become, you expanded yourself as this universe. Then she's saying, Sneha Pasham imam chindi. Why is she saying like this? Because ultimately, you are our only shelter, you are our only protector, you are our only provider, you are our only friend. At the time of death, nobody comes with us. You are the only one who comes with us. So, you being the person closest to our hearts, not only in one lifetime, but in millions of lifetimes. Then, for your sake, we should abandon everything else. And we should surrender to you. Therefore, Sneha Pasham imam chindi. Cut off all my materialistic attachments. To whom? Pandushu and Vrishnishu, she's saying. To my children, the Pandavas, and to Vrishnishu means the Vrishnis. From her father's side and from her husband's side. She has connection to these two families, Pandu family and Vrishni family. Cut off my attachments. Read that purport, Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Perfection of pure devotional service is attained when all attention is diverted towards the transcendental loving service of the Lord. To cut off To cut off the tie of all the other affections does not mean complete negation of the finer elements, like affection for someone else.
Here comes the point of balance. Sometimes when a person is newly married, some of them, you don't see them. Where are they gone? Till now they are coming for the program regularly. Because husband and wife sometimes come together and say we are planning together to put up the family. We have to get a house, we have to get a car, we have to take a loan, and we go here, go there, relatives are calling and everything, and sometimes 2-3 years after that they again start coming. So they become very materially attached to each other, and then they become very casual about spiritual life. Then they don't, some of them may come back, some of them may not come back also very easily. On the other hand, there are some, after marriage, they become very afraid that if I become attached to the spouse, then my spiritual life will decline. So they become very formal with each other, and the sweetness in relationship is lost. They become afraid that let the spouse not become a stumbling block in my forward progress in my spiritual life. So then in such a formal family, sometimes there is no rasa, there is no proper mood in a family life. So sometimes one of the spouse who is unhappy may curse even spiritual life. Why is, what kind of family is this? The other person is not seeming to be interested in me. So that is another extreme. So like one of the spouse is all the time in the temple, all the time doing activities, and the other person is feeling, what kind of family is this? If this person is not interested in me, then why the marriage at all? People think like that. That is another extreme. So one is like this pendulum, another side is. So what is the balance? One shouldn't become too attached, one shouldn't become too averse also. And one should be in between. What is that? That is actually explained in 7:14:6. You can read that. I'll just show you. ज्ञातय पितरौ पुत्रा
Jnataya pitarau putra
भ्रातरः सुहृदो अपरे.
Ratara sudaro pare.
Achha, one verse before that. This is the verse. That one is another one. This is another one. This is about intimate relatives. That one is about little distant relatives. Ya vadartam upasino
Yavadartam upasi
dehe gehe cha panditah
dehe chapandi
virakto raktavat tatra
virakto raktavata
duloke naratam nyaset.
loke naratam nyase.
Read that.
While working to earn his livelihood as much as
The translation.
translation.
While working. Yeah.
While working to earn his livelihood as much as necessary to maintain body and soul together, one who is actually learned should live in human society unattached to family affairs, although externally appearing very much attached.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
So you should be internally unattached, but externally appearing to be very much attached. What is this? This is what Lord Chaitanya taught Raghunath Das. He said, manage your business externally, meditate on Krishna internally. He told him. It is called as, he says, Antare Nishtha Bahire Vyavahar. He says. Antare Nishtha. So your Krishna conscious seriousness should be visible where? Where? Inside. Internally you should be serious. That means you should have internal submission to Guru. Internal seriousness about I have to chant very nicely, I have to read very nicely and all those things. Internal. But Bahire Vyavahar. But externally you should behave just like outside people. Normal people may behave, you should behave like that externally. Then Raghunath Das started doing it. Raghunath Das went to business. He also, he made... So Raghunath Das, he managed the business. He was also making a lot of money, and father became very happy. He is doing business well. Now, you all will see that if a college student becomes serious in Krishna consciousness, parents are happy or not happy? Because they are concerned about his body. First, they want the son to study well, earn a degree, get a job, make good amount of money, give to parents also, and save in the bank also, and get married, then only they will be peaceful. No, because they have their items, what they want to see. And they want the son to bring some great achievements in the material life. And when the boy goes to devotees, they for them achievement means how many rounds you are chanting. Oh, only one round for 1 year. Oh, increase now, make it 4, make it 6. If the boy comes to 16 rounds, they're very happy. And then the boy says, I want to stay inside the center, even more happy. The boy says, I want to assist in preaching and book distribution. They say, most happy. You're most welcome. So devotees always inquire about the soul and parents always inquire about the body. So the boy should talk about what to parents? Body. And when he comes to devotees, what should he talk about? Then his life is peaceful. Correct, no? That's how a boy can balance both. Because he should know whose need is. That he should know. Then he can be peaceful. Now what he does generally, a student, he goes to parents and tells them how wonderful Krishna consciousness is. Then they will say, you give your bead back to us, we will chant for you. You better study, they say like that. Correct, no? On the other hand, when he comes to devotees, he tells about his activities at home. Devotees are worried, they were watching TV, what were you doing? Were you also watching TV? Huh? Devotees are very worried about his leelas at home. Huh? So, therefore, devotees want you to be spiritually serious and parents want you to be materially serious. And one has to balance both, material, spiritual. In the same manner, in a family life, a man has wife, he has children, he has his mother, father. It's like one family, you see. Now, it's very good that a man may be, going out and preaching and making devotees, conducting classes and everything. At the same time, he has to see that every member of the family gets the due attention. Like his mother, father may be very elderly. They may be in one room of the house. They are just watching what our son is doing. Does he come and talk to us? Does he spend some time with us? Does he take us to doctor? Or he tells us to go on our own? And similarly, the wife has her expectations and children have their expectations. Papa has to sit with us and study and everything. So then a man feels that, this family has become a great, chain for me. I'm not able to freely just go out and preach and expand everything and wife, children, mother, father. It becomes a very big kind of shackle for me, he thinks. But he doesn't know that Bhagavatam says that wife is like a fort for a king. If a king is standing in the middle of the ground, he can be easily a victim of the enemies. They can shoot him or kill him or whatever. But if he's inside the fort, he is protected. Similarly, a man who is married, he will not fall prey to illicit sex with any woman in the world around because he is protected by his wife's protection. And he has his wife, he has his children, he has his family. He gets some Swargiya rasa, we call it. There's the Parthiva ras, Swargiya ras, Vaikuntha ras, 3 rasas. Parthiva ras means sense gratification. Swargiya ras means emotional support. And Vaikuntha ras means spiritual bliss. Correct, no? So before you can attain that spiritual bliss, then one gets the support of emotional support. Then in that he is able to keep a family life peaceful. That is why these rules are said here. The rule says here that, a man should be unattached to family internally, but externally he has to do his duties and everything. You should not show any kind of hatred. One should not say, child is calling, okay, come, bring your mathematics book. Big headache, come here. No problem. If you say like that, child will say, Papa, you don't like to teach me maths? Maths is a headache for you? Then I won't disturb you. Okay, do whatever you want, I will do my own, they will say like that. Similarly, there was one husband-wife in those days. The wife came crying. And then the wife was telling, Prabhuji, this man says he has no interest in me. And he says that he says I am very unhappy that I should not have married you. So such things he is speaking. And adding to all these things, he is also shaven head completely. He is not keeping any hair. Then when I asked him, he said, Prabhu, she expects me to go to party with all type of dresses, wearing different type of, she says, don't dress like this, just like you dress according to the occasion and everything, she says. He had many things. So I put them in touch with one counselor in Pune. help these people, because they both she has some materialistic expectations from him, and he has some spiritual expectations from her. So there is a kind of mismatch. So when there is a mismatch, to balance, they have to come like this. So you reduce your spiritual expectations to some degree. Uh, you are ready to come to the material side, and this other spouse is ready to come to the spiritual side. So then there is a balance. Then only a family can go peacefully. So otherwise, if one says, you are fallen soul, you are good for nothing, I am here, you are always here, then there is no possibility of uplifting them. So that's why the balance is being spoken about. So, like for example, was Kardama Muni attached to his wife or not? I want only yes or no. No.
No, he was not attached.
He was not attached. Then why did he marry Devahuti?
On the request of Manu.
He is saying on the request of Manu, he is saying Manu didn't come and request. Manu came later, of course. But why did he marry her?
Because they prayed in the last life for the Lord as their son.
Who? That is of course, that's a background story. But in this life now, he's already a mendicant in the forest. He's a Brahmana in the forest performing meditation. And it is said that, Lord was looking at him with a sidelong glance, due to which he was also very healthy. He never became like Saubari Muni, skinny and all. He didn't become. He was healthy also. Plus, it is said Lord came and gave him darshan, and Lord cried tears of joy seeing his penances. And that formed a Bindu Sarovar, it is said. That means a very great devotee. Then why did he marry? Now, if he is not attached to Devahuti, who is the daughter of the king of the whole world, then why did he marry? Anybody? All are wondering, why you not have married? That's what everybody is thinking. Correct?
Manu was giving his daughter side.
No, Manu was giving his daughter 3 days later after he saw Lord Vishnu. But my question is, if he is not attached to her, then why did he marry her?
Lord Vishnu asked him to marry.
No, Vishnu didn't tell him to marry. You should marry. Vishnu didn't order him that you should marry. Actually, he wanted to marry. Therefore, Vishnu told him that 3rd day from today, the king of the world, Swayambhu Manu, will come with his daughter, Devahuti, and he will hand over her to you. Mother and father, Shatarupa and Swayambhu Manu will come, and Lord said, because he actually asked the Lord for spouse. Then if he is not attached to spouse, then why did he marry? In fact, when both parents came with Devahuti, he told the parents that I will marry her, but as soon as I give her a son, immediately I will take Sanya. That means he entered marriage with the exit plan. Correct, no? At the time of marriage. Imagine which father will give the daughter to such a man. On the day he says, once I give her a son, I will exit, he says. If he is so unattached, one may ask a question, then why did he at all marry? Correct or not? The answer is, he is one of the 10 sons of Brahma, and he was born from the shadow of Brahma. And Brahma had told Kardama Muni that I want you to help me in Praja Utpatti. And then he told Lord Vishnu that my father has entrusted a responsibility to me. And for his pleasure, I want to produce a child. At the same time, I am also concerned that I should not get entangled in family affairs and forget your lotus feet. So, therefore the Lord asked, okay, I understand your point. So, what do you plan? If you want to marry, you can marry. If you want, I can bless you. He said, not only you have to bless me, my Lord, you only have to choose the girl also, he said. Because if you give a girl and she gives problem, I'll come to you tomorrow. Lord thought a very intelligent fellow. Lord said, okay, I have chosen a partner for you. Lord said, 3rd day from today. That time he said, you understand that point? So Lord, because he asked for a wife, then Lord gave him a girl. That is the king's daughter, Devahuti, like that. Now after marrying Devahuti, anybody knows what he did immediately after marriage? Don't say they went out on some honeymoon or anything. They didn't go. What they did? Yeah? He immediately got into devotional service. Prabhupada compares Devahuti to Gauri or Parvati Mata. Because Shiva is sitting under a tree and meditating, whereas Parvati is Parvata Putri. She is very rich. Similarly, here Devoti is daughter of the king of the world. But here Kardama is sitting under a tree and doing meditation on the Lord. So Prabhupada is comparing these two couples. Shiva Parvati to Kardama and Devoti. And he immediately got into chanting, meditating on the Lord, worshipping and everything. He's got into that. And what do you think Devoti was doing? Actually, Devoti heard about Kardama from Narada. And she had developed affinity for him, attraction for him. And she thought he's a great soul. By marrying him, I will be spiritually blessed and guided. So therefore, when Kardama told this plan, of exit plan at the time of entry, he told whom? He told Swayambhava Manu. Swayambhava Manu asked his wife Shatarupa, what do you say? And Shatarupa asked Devahuti. And Devahuti said, okay, I am all right. After he gives me a son, he can take sannyas. Then mother also said okay to Swayambhava Manu. That's the emotional circuit, like this. Because if a father decides for the daughter, mother will catch him. Hey, what about me? You are deciding for your daughter? You are going to give her to a man who will exit the home, and you didn't consult me, a wife will make a big hue and cry, correct, no? So he asked his wife, and that lady asked her daughter. And daughter said, okay. Then she told him. Then Swayambhava Manu said, okay, my wife and daughter are ready for your condition. So I'm ready to give. So he handed over his daughter and went away. Now, he wasn't attached to Devavati, therefore he immediately got back into his penance again. After a long period of time, it is said, he looked at his wife, she was completely emaciated. And then one day he took pity on her and said, oh dear wife, look at you, you have become so emaciated by austerities. And you come from a very well-to-do family. I am a person living in the forest. And you had no expectation from me. You served with such attentiveness and affection and kindness and everything. I am very pleased with you. And then he tells the famous verse, Ye me swadharma nirataha tapasa samadhi. That's the verse. Vidyatma yoga vijita bhagavat prasadaha. He says that whatever Bhagavat prasad that I got in my life, I am going to share that with you. Why? If a disciple pleases the Guru, then the Guru can uplift the disciple very easily to a very high platform without the disciple having to have performed any kind of, great learning or mystic abilities or anything. The disciple's main task is to please the Guru. So you accepted me as a Guru and you pleased me. So he told her, now I will reveal Vaikuntha to you. He revealed the spiritual reality to her. And after that, he asked her, do you have any desires? She said, I have only one desire. You said you will give me a son. So if you give me a son, I'll be most pleased if it pleases you, she said. And then he made that aerial mansion, correct, no? He made that aerial mansion and took her, Devahuti, to, various pleasure valleys and everything. He gave her 9 daughters first, and after that gave her the son. So while this pastime was narrated by His Grace Radha Gopinath Prabhu, in one class, after the class, one boy asked the question, Prabhuji, thank you very much. This class was very helpful. I am shortly going to get married. He said, Prabhuji, should I also make an aerial mansion for my wife and take her all around? Should I take my wife in at least an aeroplane to different places all across the globe and show her everything? Prabhuji said, before that you do the penance, what Kardama Muni did. Correct? What about that? That he forgot. and then Prabhuji showed him one shloka. In that one shloka it is mentioned, although he took her to various places, he remained always aloof like a drop of water on a lotus leaf. He was completely detached, and that is what is said here. Internally he was completely detached. Externally he created a facility for her, and he got 100 servant maids, bathed her with scented oils and everything, and dressed her very nicely, and they did everything and all. So he gave her that experience of being a daughter of the king of the world. She understood that this is what she has been living in, that kind of situation. So he gave her such facilities. But ultimately, after he gave the Prabhupada says in the purport, after he gave a son, he left the home and took sannyas. But that son, who is the son? Kapila, correct, no? Kapila is who? His Lord. Somebody may say, my son only is God, then why to go searching God anywhere else? Me and my wife together will do bhakti. Did he do that? He didn't do that. So he says that he left to teach set an example for the people of the world, like the Prabhupada writes there. So that goes to show his unattached nature. At the same time, he was not compromising on his responsibility to wife. He was another example. Our Srila Prabhupada, when bombs were being thrown in Calcutta, Prabhupada heard the sound, like that sound will come. So why Prabhupada didn't go to Mayapur? Prabhupada told all family members that we all should go to Mayapur now, because they put a curfew in Calcutta. Japanese are throwing the bombs at the time. But wife refused to go. She said, no, I will be at home only. We are anyway living in a closed house, what's the problem? But then when they put bombs, some houses collapsed also. And Prabhupada sent his 5 sons to Mayapur. And he thought that I can't leave my wife alone and go. It would be considered irresponsibility. Correct, no? I have to take care of her. So he remained at home. And then he went to the kitchen and he was making kachoris. And he was singing Hare Krishna and making kachoris happily. And then he could hear the sound, like that he would hear. So he would hear that. Was he frightened? No. He was all the while smiling and making kachoris. Prabhupada says, in case the bomb dropped on our house and we died, Prabhupada said, we have no worry because I am chanting Hare Krishna. In case no bomb was dropped, I will offer kachori to Krishna and eat kachoris. So either way, I am peaceful. So in this way, he was Krishna conscious and simultaneously responsible for taking care of wife also. So no husband can say that, I am so Krishna conscious that I don't care for the family. Correct? Then that will be a disturbed family. So I have told you about 2 examples, Kardama Muni and Srila Prabhupada. Both were responsible for their wives and family. At the same time, they were not compromising on their spiritual consciousness. That's very important. One time in Pune, long before the 90s, one yatra went. In that yatra, there was a pond where, initially the brahmacharis, boys and all of them, grihastha men and all took bath and everything. Later on, there was another side of the pond there, Mataji was supposed to get ready. So Mataji was waiting. When the men go, then they can take bath. So the leader of the yatra had told a group of 2 men, he called 2, some grihastha men and said, Prabhus, all of you both wait little away from the pond, then they will all take bath and come. And you have to escort them, to the buses, because buses cannot go there. It's a little remote place, lot of trees and everything there. So you escort them to the buses and bring, because it's getting a little dark. It's already 6 o'clock. It's getting dark. So these 2 men were there. But then these 2 men were getting a lot of phone calls from their friends and everybody. They were asking, where are you? And they said, we have been given this seva of taking care of this Matajis and we are waiting. And there other men were joking. Hey, what is this? You guys are attached to Mataji, something like that. You are hanging around with them. We men have come and you are hanging around there in that locality. So they felt ashamed and they left the place and went away. And then it became really dark. And when the women all came out of water and they dressed and everything, they came, it was really dark. And they had to walk almost 1 kilometer, and not 1 kilometer, maybe half a kilometer. They had to walk to the buses. When they are coming out of the water, some rowdies are making noise, whistling, because they are seeing so many women are coming alone. Fortunately, there was one stout and strong Mataji. She was like Bhadrakali. She was walking in the front. Tuck, tuck. If any rowdy would whistle, hey, whether she would say, and the rowdy would run away. And she told everybody, all of you walk behind me, and she brought them. Anyway, there were probably 15, 20 of them. They could come, they boarded the bus. Later on, these ladies, they complained to the management. And the management chastised those 2 fellows. They said, see, you are grihastha, you already have grown-up son and daughters. And therefore, we have fixed you 2 men to take care of the ladies. You guys are so irresponsible fellows. We made a mistake in fixing you. Your responsibly bringing the Matajis is not a sign of your attachment. You are given that service. You are supposed to do that. You are supposed to escort them to the buses and then come. And you foolishly you walked away. So this is the point. Narada is saying that you should actually, externally one has to fulfill all the duties, but one should not get buried in material attachments. Like that verse says, Dehapatyakalatradishu atmasainyeshu asatsvapi tesham pramatto nidhanam pashyanapi na pashyati. In that series of verses it says that, nidraya hriyate naktam vyavaye chana vavayah divacharte haya rajan kutumba parnena va. This verse says that a man who is a grihamedi or attached householder, the daytime he works hard to make money and increase his bank balance. The night he spends time in sleep or sex. In this way he spends away his valuable human form of life without understanding the meaning and purpose of life and goal of life. Neither does he practice spiritual life himself, nor does he guide his wife and children. He is simply called as a grihamedi. Medi means a stick around which the bull goes round and round. You have seen that? Kolluka bile we call it. That extracts oil. You have seen that it goes around. Correct. No? So that this man is like that. Why? Because for him, home is the center. And instead of going to meet the Lord and the devotees and take association and take part in spiritual activities, there are many people who spend time like Grihamedis, making the home the center. He appears to be very responsible, but he is an attached householder. Why? Because when they all grow old and die, they don't know where are they going. They will all get separated. He will go to some other family, she will go to some other family, children go to another family. At the time of death, when the day comes, our account will be checked. How much punya, how much pap, how much bhakti sukriti you did. That will be checked. So this man, in this way, he fools himself and fools his family members because of the material attachment. So that such a material attachment is condemned. Correct, no? On the other hand, a man is responsible for his family. That is appreciated, actually. I told you examples for that. A man is responsible. At the same time, he is responsible, affectionate. What's the meaning of affectionate? He knows actually that these souls are put in my custody. And it is my duty to take care of them by responsibly guiding them in their Krishna consciousness so that at the end of life they also attain perfection. Guru nasasyat, swajano nasasyat, pita nasasyat, janani nasasyat, daivam natasyat, napatishcha sasyat, na mochayet, yat samupeta mrityum. There is a verse. If you are not able to deliver your dependence, you are not fit to become a guru, or you are not fit to become a relative, or a mother, or a husband, or a guru, or a teacher, or devata. So everybody has some dependents below them. Those dependents should be protected and guided. Like Rishabhadev is guiding his 100 sons. Suniti Mata, she is guiding her son Dhruva. So these are perfect authorities. Perfect authority means mother or father, they have the duty to guide their dependents. When they guide their dependents in the Krishna conscious direction, and then dependent takes to Krishna conscious or not, that is not your worry. We should guide her. That's our duty. Correct, no? So that will, in that way, that's what he's saying. Now I want to show you one notes. See? Okay, we have... Prabhuji, you can read the difference, affection and attachment. So one side you read, he will read the other side.
Affection.
No, you say affection, he will say attachment. Say affection.
Affection.
You say?
Attachment.
Yeah.
Service oriented.
Possessive.
Encourages Krishna consciousness.
Weakens Krishna consciousness.
Brings peace.
Brings fear, lamentation.
Example is Arjuna caring for Krishna's mission.
Example, Arjuna refusing to fight due to bodily ties.
Correct, no? And this is spiritual love, and that is material clinging. Now, these are very deep points, but I have given more examples that will make it very easy for you. Yeah. Real life application, you can say. Okay, real life application for devotees. Towards spouse, you can read earlier and Prabhu.
Yeah, towards spouse, be caring, cooperative, Krishna-centered in relationship. Second, avoid over-dependence that displaces Krishna from the center.
Yeah.
Towards children, Affection means educating them in spiritual values. Attachment means being absorbed only in their material success.
Towards job and wealth. Affection means using them for Krishna's service. Attachment means identifying self-worth with them.
So this is also again concept. I given examples below. You will see examples will become very clear now. You see towards spouse, read that. I'll make
Towards
it.
spouse, affection, Krishna centered. Husband helping wife with household chores so she can also get time for her japa and reading.
Here is a practical example. Huh? If a husband and wife are both Krishna conscious, husband says, I will cut sabji, don't worry, you go and do your japa. Huh? Yeah. And then wife?
Wife reminding husband lovingly, did you complete your 16 rounds? Or shall we attend today's Srimad Bhagavatam class together? Third point, consulting each other about family decisions by keeping Krishna at the center. If we shift to this new job location, will it help or hinder our service and sadhana?
Correct, no? That means here husband and wife both are thinking about how our service will go, how our sadhana will go. If we go there, we may make more money, but we will not have devotee association. Correct, no? This kind of... So this is how husband and wife are actually like friends, spiritual friends. They're helping one another, Yeah, and then attachment.
Attachment, binding. Mahabharata, Dhritarashtra blind attachment to son led to destruction.
Yeah.
Becoming upset if spouse cannot give constant attention and neglecting chanting due to the emotional dependency.
This is one big problem with some people. They demand too much attention. Like there is a psychology where sometimes if there are two people are friends, A and B, now A is friends with B, it's all right. But A will tell B that you should not show affection to anybody else except me only. Very possessive. You are talking to so and so, you're talking so, you're not giving time to me. Very demanding. Some people want constant attention, pampering. They call it as a pampering. They want pampering. And then they will say that because you didn't give me attention today, I have not chanted my rounds now. It's so bad. Yeah. Then?
Making spiritual compromises.
Similarly, sometimes there was one husband who was materialistic and wife was a devotee. And wife told, see, I will chant my rounds and all and I won't disturb you. You don't have to come to temple or chant. It's up to you. But the husband says, when I am watching TV, you have to give me company. And you are watching all kinds of stuff and she is not interested in that. So then these fellows are overly dependent on wife. Then the lot of pull and push happens like that, correct, no? Emotional dependency on the other, yeah. And then?
Making spiritual compromises just to keep the spouse materially pleased. Yeah. Example, skipping temple services because my wife or husband wants more leisure time.
Yeah. Actually, sometimes even as counselors, they tell the counselee that you should have some leisure time with family. Don't do too much service. But that is told for those who do too much service. But taking that instruction given to that specific person, everybody else follows that very carefully. Other people say, no, humne suna, Prabhuji told him, I saw him saying this. Therefore, humko leisure hona chahiye. Leisure means all 7 days leisure. They don't do anything. See, one man's food is another man's. That fellow is working so hard. He used to, like I used to tell Liran Poo and his good wife that please take some time for yourself. You and your children also. Your life is so busy. But you can't say the same thing to everybody. Already somebody is lazy. You tell him this instruction. What will happen? It's dangerous. Yeah. Yes. And then?
Equating one's happiness only with the spouse mood swings instead of taking shelter of Krishna.
Some people are too much spouse-driven, spouse-centered. If the spouse is undergoing a mood swing, then they will also accordingly swing. According to that. Oh, I spent the Diwali bonus for buying this. My wife is upset. Now I didn't buy sari for her. She's very upset. I don't know what is she going to do with me. I hope you should be merciful to me. So, overly dependent like that. Actually, if he is spiritually very advanced, he will be respected. Then, yeah.
Towards children, affection, spiritual love. Bhagavatam, Prahlad prayed for father's liberation. Parents read Krishna book at bedtime.
With the children, correct, no? Yeah.
Birthdays celebrated with prasadam distribution and gifting Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, like if your son or daughter has a birthday, you can call, all the friends and everybody. You can, new people are coming. You can give them Bhagavad Gita, and you can also cook nice prasad and distribute. Yeah, and then
Parents rejoice more when child sings bhajans than when they score high marks.
because they may score high marks, they may not, but that's not your only criteria. You are very happy if the child is a devotee, and then
Attachment. Binding. Mahabharat. Bhishma attachment to Kuru throne made him tolerate Duryodhan's sins.
yeah, that means when Bhishma saw Duryodhana doing so many things, he could not correct him. Correct, no? Because he wanted to continue in the throne as supporting the ruling party. So he couldn't control. Yeah, and then?
Parents push child into IIT, high paying jobs for prestige.
Many parents say that, better you work 16 hours also, no problem, as long as people respect us. Huh? They want, like one parent was telling me, they were pushing their son to go abroad. He was the only son. But after he went abroad, in the early years, they were very proud because all relatives were very happy. But when they grew beyond 75, 80, they wanted the son back to India. But by the time son was married, he has 2, 3 children, and they don't want to leave America and come. So he's telling, how can I leave my family and come? You come there. But are the parents ready to go there? They don't want to go there, and they don't want to come here, and they're separated. Now the parents are lamenting in their old age. For us, he's sending dollar notes. What can we do with that? We want his personal time, which he's not able to give. So they were cursing themselves that in the early days, we were very much proud of seeing that our son is abroad and everything. So sometimes they lament later. Yeah, and then?
Comparing children. See, Sharmaji's son scored 98%.
You got only 96%. See, he got 98%. In this way, they're always thinking materially. They see things from a material point of view. Some people celebrate birthdays in a very gorgeous way for their children. Like in one family, they were celebrating birthday of one of the daughters, and she's a teenage daughter. And so much balloons in the home and everything, and very gorgeous, dressed like a fairy who was descended from heaven or something. Too costly dress and too costly feast and everything. And also sometimes they do it in hotels also outside, in a materialistic environment. So actually, if you are all devotees, devotee has to make it as devotional as possible. So they may take photos and this and that, everything, but then what are you doing for Krishna? Where is the relationship? You have to do something in relation to Krishna, nothing in relation to Krishna, such parties. Yeah, read that.
See, towards job and wealth. Affection, Krishna centered. Working sincerely at office, but keeping time for chanting, reading, and seva fixed and non-negotiable.
Yeah. This is very important towards your profession and money. So you are working sincerely in the office. At the same time, you also take care that chanting, reading, and all these things are not compromised. You are pakka in the morning program. Therefore, I always say morning for Krishna, daytime for profession, evening for family. Make some plan like that. And some other evenings you go for preaching. Evening for family doesn't mean you have to be at home only. You can take the whole family out for a program also. Correct, no? You can go to some program together. If a husband and wife and children are together for some program, they feel happy also. We are going in the same car together, talking, chatting, we come back. They enjoy. Because enjoyment is not just sitting at home only. Yeah.
Using salaries for supporting temple projects, book distribution, or prasadam programs, not just personal luxury.
Yeah. In case you had an increment in salary, it's not that you have to always go on buying more and more and more. You can also spend some more money for, okay, let me give a prasadam, let me give a book distribution. One has to be charitable. And then?
Maintaining honesty and integrity at work, even if it means slower promotion.
Yeah. Not trying to get money by shortcuts. Because if you do that, tomorrow ISKCON will get a bad name. They will say, "Arey, he was a ISKCON devotee, kya karta dekho." They will say like that. It will bring bad name. So one should not take shortcuts, cheating ways. And then?
Seeing job as a service platform. Example, sharing prasadam with colleagues, introducing Bhagavad Gita in company.
Yeah. That means the company also lunchtime, you give prasadam to your colleagues, give them Prabhupada's book, invite them to temple and things like that. That means seeing the job as an opportunity for expanding Krishna conscious services. Huh? An attachment, you can give examples.
Attachment, bindings. Mahabharata, Karna, attached to Duryodhana's wealth, fought against Krishna's plan.
Attached, he didn't attack. He was attached.
Attached to...
Because they both are friends, now he will attack the friend. Karna attached to Duryodhana's wealth and fought against Krishna's plan. Actually, Duryodhana made Karna king of Angadesh, correct now? Therefore, he became attached to Duryodhana. Ultimately, Duryodhana and Karna both got destroyed, correct now? Yeah.
Thinking, if I lose this job, my life is finished. Instead of Krishna is my maintainer.
Yeah. See, these days layoffs are there. So one should always keep saving money and cutting costs and be prepared for the inevitability in case it comes. We don't want it to come, but be prepared. In case there is a loss of job, then one should think, okay, let me look for another better job. And one shouldn't get completely, shattered and broken down and depressed. One has faith that Krishna is the maintainer, one will not become like that. Next.
Measuring self-worth only by salary, designation, or appraisals.
Some people become devotees, they wear tilak, kantimala, everything comes, but always think that I got a promotion here, I got this designation, and in all these things, they actually don't relish spiritual life. They relish their material success much more than, like sometimes in our student centers also, once when boys got placed in the final year, they had put a big photo of the boys, persistent, cognizant, ignorant, and saying all the names they had put, different names. One got it Microsoft, one got it Infosys, all these and big photos. And those boys are saying, Prabhuji, I got into this company, Prabhu. They are like, they got appointment order with the salary, this thing and everything. On the other hand, when you ask them, in spiritual life, what did you do? They will actually, they have nothing much to say. That means they delight in material success, but when you ask about spiritual, activities, they are not very enthusiastic. That's not a good sign. On the other hand, somebody says, Prabhu, we went on Harinam Sankirtan. Prabhu, we distributed so many books. Prabhu, you got one more opportunity. That college also invited us. Like that, one is very enthusiastic. That is something very wanted. Then?
Working overtime unnecessarily for more money at the cost of family, sadhana and health.
There are people who do that. There was one man, they asked him, do you want to get initiated this time? He said, okay, if you people want to put my name, I am ready. Like that he said. He got initiated. But after the 3 months, he didn't come. They asked him, hey, why you are not coming? What happened? He said, what to do? I have to take my daughter for Bharatanatyam, and I have to take my son for swimming. And I am, by the way, doing one more job nowadays because my son is going to go to US. I have to make more money now. So that means, at the cost of family, sadhana and health, one may become this thing. One may. So I'll send this notes to Lilanand Prabhu. It's getting late now for also. I have to leave now. I can put it in the chat, Prabhu. Devotees can leisurely go through it. Both I will put this also. Yeah. So, how to be affectionate, this was one thing. Okay, I'll drop it in your... Okay, I'll put this here. Yeah. So, you will pass it on to them. This is one note which is there.